Okay, before I start this video, I just want to say I am well aware that we are very early on in Boruto. Yes, chapter 34 is early on the time I'm recording this. It's probably going to come out this video, chapter 35 or 36. But again, this is really literally early on. Another thing is because Naruto likes really to explain a lot of these stuff, right? We don't know what happened in the past 3 years. We don't know anything whatsoever. We don't even know if Sarada has the 100 healing jutsu. We do know that she has the strength and all these amazing stuff, but overall, we really don't know anything. So before even starting discussing a little bit of this, I'm really well aware of all of that type of stuff, right? I'm just titling this video because I do feel like, in my opinion, it is a little bit of disappointment because I feel like we should have seen a little bit of, her strength, or at least, the 100 healing jutsu or something, I mean, with everything that's going on in Himawari and all these type of stuff. But overall, when it comes with Sarada and pretty much her powers, she did not obtain anything when it came with her mother besides her immense amount of strength. But even then, I feel like the 100 healing jutsu would have been a really good opportunity for her because everyone in the entire, Boruto area literally is a healer. I'm not even kidding. Almost everyone, at least. Like, look at Boruto himself and like all of these other stuff that, that they keep doing. They literally heal themselves. And I feel like Sarada, for some reason, could have at least had something like this. And again, like, I'm well aware that we are not at all like even like very close to it because there's still a lot more explanation that this anime needs to give us. For example, like what's her power, like Sarada's powers, like further on, and like what, like, what I'm saying, what happened in that 3-year time skip and all these other stuff, right? Like, keep this in mind. Like, here's the thing, Naruto really did a good job explaining a lot of these other stuff, and Naruto really also does a good job explaining, period. It explains everything. So I am well aware that we're probably going to see what happened within the 3-year time skip because they're going to have to explain that a little bit more. Even when it came with Sasuke or all these other stuff, there's a giant gap and there's something that's like going on within the time skip that they probably need to explain just by a little bit more. But even then, when it comes with the Boruto anime, right, again, like I said, I'm well aware that we are very, very early on, but I do wish that we do see the 100 healing jutsu when it came with Sarada, especially early on, because everyone's power is absolutely insanity, right? And the thing is, like, I do wish that there was, like, say, some damage to, Sarada, like Himawari, right, where her legs were, like, literally torn in half or something, and boom, we got brand new legs and stuff like that. So when it came with, Sarada, I do think that there's supposed to be some sort of healing or something like that, and I think that's simply because just to show a little bit of power. And a lot of times when anime first starts, they always put in power, and they always put in something that really, like a goal, sure, like that's pretty much everyone, but also a power, right? It was showing you what power they have, right? And when it comes to Boruto, this arc that they have is power, is the power that they kind of have and they kind of wield and stuff like that. Keep this in mind. We also need stuff like, technology that we got to explain, all of these awesome stuff. But overall, when it comes to Sarada, I feel like the bigger power that we should have probably saw is the 100th healing jutsu, because I think it would be very, very, I think, important for her. You know what I'm saying? Also, I think the reason why this is also very disappointing is because she needs to be a level Utsutsuki threat. And fun fact, the 100th healing jutsu was actually, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it does relate a little bit to the Utsutsuki and the powers of the Utsutsuki, and even like the whole immortal type thing. And that's the thing when it comes with this entire jutsu, is you probably need to do something, to kind of master it, right? Another thing is Orochimaru, I know in the past literally said that, this jutsu is literally incomplete, and there is more to discover about this 100 healing jutsu besides, you healing 100 times or something crazy like that. Because this jutsu is insane, right? And we haven't really seen a lot of canon when it comes with the 100 healing jutsu besides like other filler stuff. Like, I'm pretty sure there was an arc that, like a separate manga, where literally, Sakura, her hands were cut off, or like, not cut off, but probably bent backwards or something, and she healed it like that. So, when it comes with the 100 healing jutsu, I think it would be fitting for Sarada to actually obtain it, simply because the Utsutsuki level fights, and probably see more of the mysteries. Another thing is I do feel like this jutsu is a kind of a jutsu where, you have to, like, I don't know how to explain this, but you have to unlock some sort of level of Senjutsu, right? And that's the thing. And the thing is with Sarada, she already has an immense amount of chakra, so she might as well do that, right? Another thing is in a younger age, literally when she was 12 or 13 years old, she could literally one punch, an entire area, and all of a sudden the entire ground would shake. I mean, proof for this is probably in the Sakura and Sarada scene when they were fighting. They once punched and pretty much the house collapsed, right? And so that's the thing when it comes with these type of stuff. And when you see these stuff in the very beginning, it kind of feels weird showing off new powers without showing off other older powers. You know what I'm saying? And maybe add more stuff into it. Another thing is, it was kind of expected to see Sarada kind of introduce this 100 healing jutsu. I'm not even kidding, because of her strength, right? Not only because of her strength, but she also has immense amount of chakra control. I mean, seriously, it's amazing, right? Just pulling off, for example, the Amaterasu is already hard enough, right? So imagine having that level of control. And another thing is she also has a level of control of strength, which is also very hard to master. And think of it like this: not everyone can handle this level of strength, and the fact is that Sarada did that is crazy, right? Seriously. And the thing is also when it comes with the Naruto universe, they kind of put in destiny in it. So for some reason, I felt like that was also a foreshadowing to Sarada having it. But later on, it just felt it wasn't there, right? It wasn't there to kind of, what I'm saying, be there, right? I was actually having a lot of expectations when it came with Sarada, more than Boruto or Himawari. Himawari, I had nothing. I think Himawari, I literally, till this day, I think that Himawari is more of a support, right? More of backhand, you know what I'm saying? Just be okay, just, you know what? I'm gonna help Boruto as much as I need, right? That kind of stuff, right? But even then, when it comes with let's say Sarada, right? And then let's say, she's pretty much part of the team, I feel like the 100 healing jutsu would at least be something in it. Different missions or stuff like that. I'm not entirely 100% sure, but I feel like there would be something within it. And I think a lot of the mysteries within the 100 healing jutsu could also, help a lot when it comes with I don't know, immortality and stuff like this. And that's the thing though, I do really have a theory that, and I'm pretty sure Orochimaru said this, is I do have a giant theory that it also obtains immortality, the 100 healing jutsu, or at least expands your life. So someone could expand about 100 years or 200 years, someone could what I'm saying is someone could live between 100 years, and then with the 100 healing jutsu, you could probably live 300, 500, 1,000 years or something like that. So I feel having that power within the modern characters instead of Sakura could have at least shown more of it, right? And keep this in mind, Tsunade is very young, right? But even though she's 90 or 100, she looks young and she can walk around like a 20-year-old, right? And that's the thing when it comes with, these type of stuff, these things kind of need to explain a little bit further, and I feel like they should have introduced it right off the bat. I do also have a theory that this is not going to be a physical mark, this 100 healing jutsu. I think this is more of a controlled type power. So unlike Sakura or Tsunade, you get what I'm saying, where they always have that mark on there, I think that if they want it to appear, they appear. That's just a theory I have. But even then, when it comes with this entire power, it is a very interesting power to see, and honestly, I can't wait to see more of this in the future. Other than that, that's really all I gotta say. But honestly, when it comes with a lot of the powers, when it comes with a lot of the things in Naruto and a lot of these stuff, I do feel like they should explain that a little bit more. And honestly, I can't wait to see, because the thing is, there's a lot of stuff that can be explained, but also there is a lot of stuff that is very hard to explain. For example, why is this connected to Utsutsuki and how, and all these crazy stuff that we probably need to explain later on in the future. But other than that, that's pretty much all I gotta say when it comes to Sarada and pretty much anything that comes, around the Sharingan, I guess. And also another thing is with the 100 healing jutsu, I do feel like it would also, have more an impact when it came with the Sharingan. The Sharingan already has an immense amount of control, an immense amount of stuff. So imagine having a Sharingan, within the 100 healing jutsu. I think that's an overpowered, thing that you ever have in your entire life. I mean, look at Sasuke right there. I'm not even kidding. The dude has an immense amount of chakra control. Imagine Sarada training, with Sakura. Now, Sakura, on the other hand, has even more immense amount of control because of her strength. So I feel like within all of that and having the Sharingan, there should have been, more to, I guess, the 100 healing than I guess we've expected. But again, I don't know. I also have another theory that 100 healing jutsu comes in with different forms and shapes. So we probably could see it with a triangle, but then the other person, it's not there. There's no evidence she has it. But even though she has it, there's just no evidence that you can give, that she has the 100 healing jutsu, if that makes sense. But anyways, that's pretty much it. That's all I gotta say. And let me know what you think about the 100 healing jutsu. Other than that, I feel like Sarada should probably get it because I think it would just fit more. Anyways, see you guys later. Bye, guys.